Happy New Year's Eve. My name is Lynn Schrader, and I help men and women turn their expertise into a profitable business. So here we are on the cusp of a new year, and many of us are making resolutions. We've got big goals, big dreams, big plans, big ideas, and some of us even have a big one word. Now, those are all great and very inspiring. Lofty goals are very inspiring, but I believe that there are a couple things that we need to do before we can even move into the new year and go through that new year. So, the first one is I believe that before we can make any future decisions, it's imperative that we remember and reflect on the ones that we made in the past. And we ask ourselves reflective questions like, what did I do this past year that was effective? Um, what could I have done better? What did I learn from that thing? What people did that thing or circumstance bring into my life? What do I wish would have happened last year? Would I do it again? We've got to reflect on all those things before we can make future decisions. We've got to reflect on our old ones. It's kind of like a baseball player that continues to make the same mistake over and over. And what does the coach do? The coach sits him down in front of films of what he's doing that he needs to reflect on and watch closely so he doesn't make those same mistakes. Now, not only is it important to reflect on decisions, but we also need to reflect on our character. If we want to change our character or improve our character in the new year and the years beyond, we've got to reflect on things from the past. So, asking yourself reflective questions like, did I love enough? And did I love myself enough, which is so important? Did I slow down this past year and absorb things around me? Did I feel and express my emotions, or did I cover them up or hide them under the rug? Did I try to control things around me, or did I learn to trust the outcome and leave it to the Lord, which is so important this past year, right? Did I strive to be right all the time? Or was I okay with not having all the answers? You've got to ask yourself reflective questions like that. Or did I hold grudges this past year? Or did I release those hurts and those aggravations? Um, did I freely give compliments generously? And did I receive them as well? Because sometimes we don't receive compliments. Did I walk away from people who didn't see my value? Uh, did I always have to get the last word? And you know people like that. Or was I was I okay with listening and not having the last word? Did I laugh at myself, or did I expect myself to be perfect? And then this is a really good one to reflect on. Did I embrace each day and live it like it could be my last? So those are one thing. That's one thing that you need to do before you jump into the new year is to reflect. Number two is to stay positive. Negativity and the negativity that comes out of our mind will get us nowhere in the new year and years beyond. Our mind is a big, big battlefield. It's a big battleground, and you know that. It can shoot down any high and lofty goal or aspiration in a snap. I mean, you tell yourself that you can do something, and your mind's going to say, no, you really can't. Or you tell yourself that, man, I am strong. And your mind sometimes will say, no, you're pretty powerless. Or you tell yourself, I am ready to do that scary thing. And your mind will say, no, you're not ready. Or maybe you tell yourself, today is the day. And your mind will say, you better wait till tomorrow. Or you tell yourself that you're valuable, and your mind will say, man, you are pretty worthless. Or you say to yourself, you know what? I am perfectly imperfect, and that's okay because everybody is. And your mind will say, man, you are one messed up person. It's all that negativity, and you can't allow self criticizing, self reproaching, self chastising. You can't let it in your mind because then it will win and it'll go with you into the new year and it will steal your peace, your joy, tell you you don't have purpose, won't make you productive, and it will even ruin your relationships. That negativity. So you've got to manage your mind. You've got to make your mind. And one way to do that is to ask yourself, like, call its bluff and say, wait a second, who told you that I'm worthless? Who told you that I'm a mess? Where did you hear that? Is that something I brought through with me from my childhood? Is that something I brought with me from my last relationship? So call its bluff. So two things you've got to do to have the best year. You've got to reflect on your past and remain positive about your future. This is your year to do great big things. You have the power to make it what you want it to be. So, thank you so much. If this video is anything that you think somebody in your world should listen to, please pass it on. Otherwise, Happy New Year from my home to yours.